Right, all right, all
I'm
right.
tired tearing some stuff up over there.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? It's your boy DJ Chef. Y'all know what time it is. It's Monday. We live in the building. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking lacking. Sunshine, since you got your special friend with us, let's go ahead and introduce her, then we're gonna get straight into this thing.
Okay, so coming to y'all live from Maryland, my girl, my twin, my sister from another mister. Go ahead and tell them about yourself.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Clara. I really don't know exactly all you want to know. Well, let me go ahead and get started with this one. So I'm currently, you say what?
That was your whole life story. No, I'm
okay,
just
well,
I'm just joking.
Okay. I am currently in the U.S. Army. I've been in the Army for almost 24 years. I am about to retire in June. I just recently opened a business, and it's for home fragrances. So as you can see, my handle is at the bottom of my photo. Right now, we are selling 8 different fragrances. By the end of the year, we're going to go away with 3 of the fragrances because it is more of a fall scent or a winter scent, if so be it. And then we will be introducing 3 new scents to the business. So far, we only sell 6-ounce candles and wax melts. And from there, I'm going to start branching off into the wax melt warmers. So I am working with some distributors with that right now. And we're going to get it going. So eventually it's going to get down to reed diffusers, home sprays, incense. The plan is to expand. From there, we're going to go into a school and office edition, designing school supplies. Hopefully, we'll have that going by the next school year. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, my handle is at Instagram, Joie du Charme. I forgot to say that at the beginning. So Joie du Charme is French for charming gems. The reason why I went with a French name is because I wanted to instill some of my Louisiana heritage. So on the labels of my products, you will see the white magnolia, which is the state flower, and also we will try to incorporate some scents that smells familiar from Louisiana. Okay, so it's gonna be big. I'm selling out a lot, and I have to like remake quickly. So you know, any little bit helps. Black owned, female owned, veteran owned, help you people out.
So now, do you have any specials that you running, like fall specials?
I sure do. So right now for the month of October, I have the 10% off of your order. Just for the month of October. And also if you purchase your order for anything over $50, your order over $50, it's free shipping. So shipping is the part that really be getting people. So the plan is to have some type of special each month, but we'll see how that goes. And if you do purchase, you will automatically get 20% off your next purchase.
Amen.
So, all the deals, take advantage.
All right. Y'all go check her out, pull up that IG, you know what I'm saying? Support.
I can't say it. I'm glad she said it because I was about to say, how you pronounce that again?
It's pronounced Joyeux du Charme.
Because I was saying Joyo du Charme.
Just call it JDC. Just say JDC. That's fine. That's fine.
I was going to top it all the way up.
All right. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, your boy DJ Chef is casually drinking a Truly's. That's what I'm sponsoring today. Check out, you know what I'm saying? Try mix up your alcoholic beverages every now and then. But we're going to get this thing started. PhD, you got that script ready to roll?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get that up for you.
So, y'all, if you don't know, today's episode, Sunshine, I'll let you have this one. Let you go ahead. And,
okay, so Today's episode is titled Lack of Male Intimacy. So I'm gonna need our viewers to start getting on a little early because we do be playing these videos when we first come on. So that way we can, jump right into it. But some people don't show up to the last minute. But go ahead and play the video.
Oh, that beautiful beam footage.
People don't realize how often men are experiencing a lack of intimacy. And the only place that they can experience that intimacy is through sex. We've created a society where men are so afraid to be vulnerable with each other, to be, sensitive with each other, to care for each other, to love each other. Even saying that as a guy, you always have to change and be like, you can't just say, I love you. You have to be like, I love you, dog. You know what I mean? You got to throw it, like you can't just say it. And it's interesting because that is where I do feel women have done a much better job of being there intimately for each other. Not sexually, but intimately. And I think we take for granted how much in society men who say sex is the thing they're not getting are actually struggling with a lack of companionship, of intimacy, of being in a space with a person where they're sharing, everything from serotonin to endorphins to what humans need to feel, And I hope we can change that conversation just a little bit more. I hope we get to the place where guys go, oh, I actually didn't need the sex. I needed to be held. And I live in a society where it's hard to be held unless I'm having sex. Because as guys, you can't just go to a guy and be like, just hold me. True. And I hope the conversation goes there, not just from, well, right to sex. It's like, no, sometimes you just want to be held. There are many sex workers who've talked about this, where they'll talk about how many men will pay them and then say, hey, can we just talk? Can we just sit on the bed and talk? And can you just hold me? And I think if we have a little more of those conversations, a few more honest conversations, a few more vulnerable conversations, we may get to a place where it's not just about sex or no sex. It's people actually saying, oh yeah, we are full human beings who require a full spectrum of affection and affections towards us. And in the same way, for many years, great therapists have been saying that women have to be allowed to express that they want and enjoy sex. I think we also have to encourage men in society to go, hey, I want to express and enjoy intimacy despite or apart from sex.
Bam.
Oh.
Heavy. Now, I agree with him though, because like if you think about it, dudes are like, they're scared to express themselves.
I would. Okay, so I agree with you in the sense of the wording just needs to be changed. I don't think men are afraid or scared per se. It's frowned upon. It's frowned upon since birth.
So being that it's frowned upon, they're scared to do it.
No, they're not scared to do it. It will take the right woman to bring it out of them. In general, most men are going to be reserved when it comes to their feelings and not show it to every woman because they did it once. The one time that they did it, they got called a punk. They got called.
Because I'm gonna make a do my.
They got called out of their name, and then you know what? That wall got put up. Boom, locked, served, throw away the key, and no more. And that is typically what happens. Again, it goes back to that old conversation that we had a couple episodes ago. The nice guy gets treated like a dog in his early days.
And then he turns into a dog in his later days.
Then he turns into a dog.
Yep.
So what needs to happen is, yes, it needs to be more socially accepted because, again, men do have a sensitive side. It's not feminine. So don't call it that. It's their emotions. Men do have emotions, and they do have like, I can only speak for myself. Like I will talk Nita's head off when it comes to like intellectual talk or emotional talk. Like I'll just sit there and people talk all night long. Just she'll fall asleep, and I'm like, yeah, I did my job. Did my job. Put her to sleep.
Okay, so here I see is that
I'm like, okay.
It was coming. So yes, men do. I've experienced all sides, right? So I've experienced guys that do, express themselves, and I've experienced some that just don't at all. But the thing about it is that men often shoot themselves in the foot by being silent, because closed mouths don't get fed, right? Mm-hmm. So the way I see it is that I'm a very what's funny?
You have to pull up the live feed on Facebook. So we read the comments. We look at the comments while we're on live.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I need to do that too. But let me finish.
One of the viewers said kind of bored the S out of her.
If you could, okay, Brandon, if you could read between the lines, because I wanted to get more in detail, but I'm not trying to put my business out there, because intellectual talk with us leads to something else. And
you know what I'm saying? Wing, what?
Yeah,
what I do?
Okay, all right, Claire, go
ahead. He didn't bore me.
I get to that one.
But he does have a point, but like I said, men that don't express themselves, and they'll mess around pretty much and lose a good thing because they don't know how to communicate properly. That's something that happens very, very often. And truthfully, it's not just men that go through it, but women go through it as well. So
in detail, enlighten us, please.
I go through it all the time.
Oh.
What did you just say?
Wait, what?
I was like,
you said women lie to y'all all the time?
Ooh, 60-40. 60-40. 60-40.
Okay.
I have a controversial.
So the way I see it is, I can only speak for myself. I have no reason to lie. And I'm looking for the same thing in return. I don't want no man lying to me. Because at the end of the day,
so you can't ask me. I say I'm brutally honest, so you can't ask
me.
Very honest.
I am a very honest person, and the reason why I bring that to the table is because I want the same in return. Even if it's to a point to where I have something in my hair, or I have a bug in my nose, something. Tell me something. Don't have me walking around looking stupid. And that's just like if we're going out somewhere and you've dated like a man have dated like 20 to 50 women that was in the area, and we go out somewhere, I need to know something. Don't have me out there looking stupid. That's my whole thing. I don't want that.
I would say that's the rule of thumb in with most women in general. It's like, don't have me out here looking stupid. And most men know that to a certain extent. When it comes to
still do it.
Yeah. And the ones that do just don't care. But I have a controversial thought here when it comes to the men's perspective, and I want to know what the ladies think about this. So it is to be said that the reason why men don't even come out and talk about these type of things is because most women are not intellectually competent to even hold the conversation on this caliber.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't necessarily say that.
I agree.
Because I consider myself to be intellectually stable.
The anomaly.
You are.
But if you are not, but listen, if you are not talking about something that I am interested in, I don't care how much I know about the subject. I'm gonna just be like, like, I really don't care. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Okay,
like, can we talk about something else?
When it comes to relationships, like
I do that on this show. If y'all didn't notice,
I do.
Most guys would have that conversation with their woman, like have a deep-rooted relationship reflection type of conversation, but in most cases, most women are not even prepared for that. They're prepared for everything. They think about and overanalyze everything except that when it comes to the relationships and like, hey, what is it that you want from me? They can tell you right off top, like, these are the things that you need to change. Outside of that,
See, I don't like that.
I don't like
whole
those
change
words
thing because
So,
I
okay,
don't want
so-
nobody
so-
to change for me. Like I
No,
don't
no,
want
no,
you
no.
to change. What are you
Listen.
changing to?
So if you were to change anything about your man, you know off top the things that he should change or fix. You already know off rip. Am I right or wrong?
I'm single.
Me
Okay,
too.
well, just
Her
go back.
face. She's like, I'm single.
I mean,
Go back to your,
No,
go back to
because
your past.
because I'm thinking and I'm like, yeah, like it's some things that me and Mike we bump heads about, but at the end of the day, I want to learn how to accept you and your flaws. I want to learn how to.
yes.
I don't want you to change because once you start changing, that's when that whole and women go through it probably more than men, where you stop recognizing yourself. Once you change so much, it's like, man, I'm not the person that I was. I don't even go to Plaza Azteca no more. Like, good Lord, I love my margaritas, but I can't even have a margarita because it's frowned upon in my relationship. Like, I don't want to have to change, and I don't want you to change. I want us to learn how to work with our differences.
Okay.
Okay. How about we change the verbiage on that? So I'm not talking about.
I want to give 500 stars for that one because that's a good one.
not changing a man, but just like making it better for you, or learning how to fit in his world, or making it more conducive. So, say for instance, you don't like the language. This is an example. You don't like the language that he uses when he talks to you. Like, he's very blunt. You don't like that. There is a way to tell him, can you change this or alter it a little bit to speak to me?
But this is the thing. If he really loves you and he want to be with you, you don't have to tell him alter it. All you have to do is tell him, I don't like it when you say X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And if he really feeling you like that and he really want to be with you like that, he's gonna say it. He's still gonna say it, but he's gonna change the way that he says it so it doesn't sound so harsh. He's gonna say it in a different way.
No. Okay. Now take it from me. He is going to change it, but he's going to alter it to the way that you dictate it. So he doesn't have to go through different changes and different modifications of the way he speaks. He doesn't want to do that. Most men are very simple. Tell me what to do and I'll get it done. And I will change it. If you should challenge your man and tell them this. This is the free. I'm giving you.
Thanks, Rob. Rob said not necessarily. Thanks, Rob.
Not necessarily what?
It don't necessarily work that way. Because most men, they don't want to be told what to do and how to do things. All you have to do is just say, I don't like how you were saying it. I don't like how you were wording this.
No.
And he's going to word it a different way. He's probably going to say the same thing, but he's going to word it a different way.
If he's asking you, he wants to know the answer. He's asking you, how can I fix this? You only have the answer to it.
But when a man go sit up there and say, what can I do to fix this? Unless it's to a situation to where like the relationship is going sour. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like how to speak,
and again, like,
rare.
This is definitely one of those things. And again, like once men get comfortable enough to communicate precisely, they will start communicating. Like, hey, if you don't like the way that I speak, how can I communicate to you the best way that you'll understand and that there's no conflict? And it's up to you to tell him how to communicate to him about that.
Okay.
So take that. Yeah. What's up?
How does this tie into men and their intimacy?
It don't.
It does. Don't. Okay.
It actually does. It actually does.
This is how it.
If they feel comfortable enough to actually even want to
talk about
right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
So he can't even bring up about like conflicts like this. How does he even get to that part about talking about intimacy?
Right. So the thing
There's gotta
about it
be a
is, from the way I see it, intimacy with a man, right? Like females see it from a different perspective than a man. So as a woman, I show intimacy by hugging, kissing, that type of stuff, right? But a man will show it the same way, but not all the time. So it's like they have to like get into like some type of groove, or they have to really, really want to be around you all the time for them to get to that point. And it's hard. It's hard. Let me break that down. See like some men, because they don't express themselves like that. So I think like communication.
Most men at a certain age, we need to separate them, because any man above the age of 35 and older knows the difference of being intimate and can tell.
No, they don't.
I'm saying no.
Guess what?
They should. Yeah.
They should. Right.
Yeah. They should.
Yeah.
But they don't.
I'm saying most.
They
now,
don't. Most
younger,
is like a very
they don't.
A very like big number you're giving.
Now, okay, so if you, you're saying that they don't. Why is that?
It's how they were raised.
Huh?
That's where it starts.
They lack the mental capacity.
Whoa.
Exactly.
I didn't say all of them. We're talking about the difference. We're talking about the difference.
It's how they were raised.
Oh, in the great words of my boy Denzel.
Their mama didn't hug them enough when they was growing up.
It is.
And it's not okay.
That's with women too, though.
So
it's yes. It's not just men; it's women as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're breaking this down layer by layer. Now, do you think it's the mom's responsibility, the mother's responsibility, to teach a man intimacy in a relationship with a woman?
I think it's
I mean, if she's the only parent.
But they don't have that all the time.
Yeah, but it's not her responsibility. But I think that a man treats a woman according to the relationship that he has with his mother from young. Like it starts from young.
Okay.
The relationship that he has with his mother, it sets the foundation for how he is with women. And I say that because I see it with my son. Now, for males, I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, the way that you express yourself with other males depends on the relationship that you had with your father growing up. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, you're correct.
So
now roll with me on this.
Lord
Hold on.
Mercy.
Now, when you have a man
hold on, not to cut you off. So if it ain't Mr. I show up to work when I feel like it.
This shit's so messed up. It messed my internet connection
already bad.
Everything froze when he
messed up.
Hey,
I didn't even acknowledge him because
you get him a Wi-Fi plug.
But let me get to my point. So you have a man that's raised by his mama, can't, and most men nowadays, we're only talking about black men. We're not talking about anybody else because that's
we can't relate to them.
And we can say majority of black men now have been raised by a single parent household for the most part, right? Can we agree on that?
Sure.
And with that single mother household, she takes on the role. She kind of takes on the role of a father figure to try to teach him how to love. When he gets into that situation or a relationship to try to get into a relationship with another woman, and she totally dismisses everything that he stands for by seeing him as a punk, see him as too feminine because he's been raised by a woman. A woman is very, very crucial and is important. The reason why I even bring this up is that a woman, if she is a single mother, should know both roles, how to teach their son how to be a man. But it's very, very hard. How can you teach a boy how to be a man when you haven't been a man yourself?
I agree with that. I don't think that a woman can teach a boy how to be a man, but a woman can surround a boy with male figures who can teach him. Because like, for instance, me and my son have been me and my son since he was about 3 months old. But he also has Uncle Trey, he has Pawpaw, he has Mr. Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has all these other male figures around him to teach him how to be sensitive when it comes to a man. Like, it warms my heart when he sees a man leave, like not necessarily like leave out of his life, but like, hey, I gotta go, I'll be back in a little bit. And he cries because it's like, I don't want you to go. Like, you're showing that, like to me, that's showing that it's okay for you to feel that way about a male. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like in a way like a feminine way, but it's okay to show your feelings and your emotions to a male. Like, I can't tell you how many times Mike has left and he's like cried and was like, I don't want you to go. Like, it's like that teaches him how to be sensitive toward, like your boy Noah Trevor said, or Trevor Noah, whatever his name is. When he's like, dudes are like, they can't say I love you. They'll be like, yeah, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? To make it sound masculine. It's like, why y'all can't do that? But y'all can't do that because it starts from young. You're taught not to be that way towards dudes, because if you are that way towards dudes, what happens? People look at you like, you old gay ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're taught that way. Society has made it that way. Like you have to say, I love you, man. No homo. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you have to say no homo behind everything that you say that's sensitive? If y'all are, you know what I'm saying?
And when you're
you never told me that. I didn't cry like 3 times behind you. I done left 3 times. I done left 3 times and then cried like I'm never gonna see her again. But she just always appears everywhere. I hate to goodbye to people, but okay. What's up, Leona?
Okay, check this out. Listen here. Your boy DJ Chef.
But she's still my Brista though.
Sunshine, if you don't stop,
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Let's talk.
For real though, like, why you?
Listen here though.
I am talking.
Sunshine. Wow, you and your robot connection don't have to stop. No, you don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
I think if we could get enough stars.
All I hear is criticize. I don't see nobody help.
Well, we don't see nothing. We see you frozen.
Exactly. So. Shut up.
Frozen the whole time.
Let it go.
First of all, Sunshine, I'm gonna need you to put a mark on yourself. Thank you very much.
Say anything.
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
You said donkey.
Yes, ma'am, you sure do. You said A double snakes. You said A double snakes.
It's okay, and I'm still not out of my first house. Now what?
That's all right, but we had to get that on the documentation.
Rob broadcasting from a tin can.
So, ladies, you have to understand, and we're going to speak on the Black and brown community. You know, I don't know how it rolls in the Caucasian of the community, because I'm not Caucasian. I'm chocolate Thunder. Somebody turn down their phone. We got a feedback somewhere.
Turn your radio down.
Probably Rob.
We live in a community where masculine, as far as for our young men and men at our age, you know what I'm saying? I'm 39. I said it. Yeah. What?
Damn.
We live in this community, or this time and age. It's frowned upon. It is very frowned upon, because we are taught, again, like PhD said, like all of y'all said, we cannot. It's been so normal, because it's a sign of weakness, and it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's okay. Like you said, James, hey, bro, don't leave. Or, hey, I know you're coming back, but don't leave. Even my boy, Dad, I'm like, hey, I love you. I don't say the whole bro stuff. Not like, if it's me and PhD and our big brother Red, happy birthday, by the way. We joke, but our form of emotions, or as they would say, intimacy, or showing emotions towards each other, it's always it's never in a feminine way, but it's a male masculine way, because it's like, hey boy, or how we talk to each other, how men talk to each other and relate to each other, or relate to their friends or close family relatives. Our form of intimacy is almost like a man code. Women are not going to understand the man code, because we, amongst ourselves, we're not going to show that soft, sensitive side. Now, if we get with our peers and we have to vent and get it out, that's fine, because we're amongst men. Now, where it gets misconstrued when we get with our partner or our girlfriend or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Well, float your boat, do it till you're satisfied.
Thank you. Because whatever I was about to say, the reason why y'all don't see, I specifically said men over the age of 30, they are emotional as heck.
Good catch.
They are emotional. I've told plenty of times, and I'm going to put him on blast, but I don't care. He knows what it is. Mo, I've told Mo plenty of times that I love him. That's my brother.
But Mo a cool dude. Like, I ain't even met him in person. Like he's pretty cool.
And again, there's been plenty of other men that I've grown up with in the military and in life, that I tell them I love them, and I don't have to say no homo. They know what I mean. So emotional intelligence for older men, I can't agree with you. Just because they don't show it in a relationship doesn't mean that they don't show it amongst their peers.
Yeah. We have our own.
They have their close circle. Men have their close circle, and that's who they vent with.
So, if they can express emotions with their boys, got it counts, right? Yep. But what about with their lady? Like, they don't express emotions like they should. And I get it. Like, sometimes when they express too much, it comes back to bite them. But at the same time, at least show something. Like, cook a meal, or maybe wash the dishes or wash the clothes, something like that. Everybody has different love languages, but there's different ways to express it. And my thing about it is
before Rob comes in, and let me give you an answer. It is up to, and I can speak for most men, it is up to you to figure out, to get through that emotional wall, because men have that wall up. That emotional wall.
But see, that's the thing. Like, why we gotta figure it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can come out and tell you, why you can't come out and tell us? Like, why we gotta figure it out? Why we gotta play mind reader like Miss Cleo with a crystal ball or something? Like, really?
Men gotta play mind reader with women too. I know.
There you go. This is why you gotta figure it out, Sunshine. This is why you gotta figure this out, because y'all have broken us from a young age. That's why.
First of all, y'all didn't do anything. Your mama did that. Y'all didn't do anything. Your mama broke you, or whoever that little girl was.
Don't say y'all.
You asked the question, and I'm answering it. Y'all, I'm saying women in general, have broken us. Y'all have, it's truth. If we want to be honest, it's y'all's fault. And here's why I say that. And KG, you said it earlier. I was listening. You said it earlier. Back in middle school, high school, whatever, we tried to be that intimate person showing emotion.
Because our mothers told us to be that way.
And right. And then you punked us, right? So now, for the rest of my life, I'm not going to be no punk. I would rather put everything up. I'd rather not tell you anything, because I don't want to be no punk.
Hold on. You don't want to be no punk. That sounds like you thing.
It's not a me problem. It's not a me problem, because you have the problem with me being this way. It's a you problem.
I don't have a problem with you being that way. You can be that way if you want to.
I don't have an issue with me not being a punk, with me not showing emotion, because I've been this way my entire life. You have a problem with me not showing any emotion, and that's a you problem.
Hold up. Leona said it perfectly. Men break women all the time and then complain that they bitter.
Exactly.
Perfect.
That's a good point.
That's exactly.
And it's very true. And you know what happens? A woman gets closed off. A woman becomes
That becomes a problem. It's a problem for a woman.
I'm glad you said that.
So I say that because
that's what a man does.
The same way that y'all get closed off, we do the same exact thing. It just happened earlier for us. So don't be mad when we do the same stuff that y'all do later on in life. Because when we are hurting y'all or breaking y'all, it's a byproduct of what y'all have done to us earlier in life. Y'all break us first.
But does that make it right?
No, it does not.
If you think about the statistics of it all, right? Think about
none of this is right. This is all a vicious cycle, and this is what we're trying to break here. So, because this is the vicious cycle, we're talking about it. We're trying to have a conversation to get some understanding. But this is the question that you asked. Why do we have to figure out how men feel? It's because at an early age, y'all have broken us. So now, how do we fix it? Number one, we have to establish some level of communication. That level of communication has to say, baby, you're allowed to say whatever you need to say. And I do not judge you in any way, positive or negative. If you give me that allowance, it opens the door for everything. If you let me know, you can say whatever you need, and this will not leave this house. This will not leave my ears. And I will not judge you.
So what happens when the shoe is reversed, though, and you're judging us for things that we say or we do? Because that's my issue. That's my issue. I am judged more than enough by everybody and their mama. I don't need to be judged in my own relationship in my own house. Mm-hmm. So if you feel like it's okay to judge me because everybody else in the world is judging me, then what's the purpose of us being together? If I can sit up here and say, no judgment, I'm not going to judge you. I accept you for who and what you are, how you do things, but then you turn around and it's okay for you to judge me because I'm a man, damn it. I'm a man. You ain't going to tell me what I should and shouldn't say. You do what I tell you.
I never said it was.
Oh, but that's what happened.
I also never said who was giving the allowance. I said baby. Which means I could be saying the same thing to you. You assumed that you were saying that to me as a woman.
But you a man. I need you to speak from the man's perspective. You have one of them down there. I don't need you to speak from our perspective. We have 3 women up here, well, 2.5 to speak from the women perspective. We don't need you to speak for us. That's the problem. We don't need y'all to speak for us.
Either way, do you not agree that there needs to be some type of communication?
Of course.
I completely agree. Yes. Communication plays a big part, but men don't want to communicate no matter how comfortable the situation they are in.
That's bull.
No. So really? Okay, maybe you don't have an issue communicating, but let me tell you.
Here, it takes a lot for a man to get comfortable, but don't say once he's comfortable, he still won't communicate, because that's crap. Once a man is comfortable, he'll let everything go. It's the same thing as women when they fart in new relationships. You're not comfortable around that man, right? The first couple months, you're not comfortable until you get 6, 7, 8 months down the line. You're like, whatever, right? And it's funny. And then it's like, all right, well.
And some men, I bet they'd be like, oh my God.
Listen, I've still never done that. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. In 5 years, I've never done that. I don't have it in me to do that and then be able to.
I'm glad to see you're still alive.
So to make a comparison, women farting around their men is the same thing as men telling their women how they feel. It's on the same level. We don't feel comfortable doing it. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think that's on the same level because one stank and one is like, oh, really?
So hold on, Big Rob. Hold on, y'all. Look. Let me shouts out to my boy, Mr. Lou. I see you, Playboy, in the comments.
Mr. Hot Topic, he jumped in there too. I saw him.
Shouts out to Mama May and Mr. Hot Topic. What's going down to my people down there in Opelousas, Louisiana?
And Lafayette, baby.
Listen, guys, listen. It has to come down to, at the end of the day, if both parties, male or female, or male, female, whatever floats your boat again, if you don't have that communication and that trust and that respect to each other, you will never It goes both sides. You would never get that intimacy. We're not talking about physical sex. We're just talking about emotional, intelligent, as PhD would say, conversation intimacy. Because if you have that conversation, everything is off limits, everything, because you both have an understanding as far as, hey, I know what triggers you, you know what triggers me, I know what's your weak points, you know what's my weak points. Let's not go that far where we're sitting here going slug for slug. Understand each other, respect each other, and try to build a healthy relationship. Again,
I tell you this, so men go through mental gymnastics to communicate with women more than women do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
And this is exhausting.
It is very, coming from the Brista, she goes through it.
She's starting to feel it on the other side.
She's starting to feel it. You have to go through mental gymnastics to communicate many different, because not every woman is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Not every man is the same.
Thank you.
And again, like, no one can say
you have to learn each other.
Men don't communicate, because we have to.
It's obvious.
Flip the script so many different times to try to get our point across.
But men really don't communicate. Women don't communicate either. Men don't communicate. Like, I cannot tell you how many times a woman is expected to just know. You didn't just know that? No, I didn't just know that. If you don't tell me, how am I gonna know?
Men expected to just know stuff too.
Absolutely not. Because women.
Oh, Brandon! Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Brandon,
Brandon said, okay, you guys, Brandon said taking relationship advice from a single person is like taking dieting advice from an overweight person. Let me tell you something. I have to say something on this one.
Accurate.
You have to think about it. A single person is probably single for a reason. Or they have been through a lot to where they can provide that advice to that person that is in a relationship.
Thank you.
So
because we know we're gonna take and what we ain't gonna take.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, now
Brandon?
Let me speak man talk here. What Brandon actually meant about this.
We don't need you to translate, PhD. We saw what he said. We read what he said. Why are you gonna nice it up?
You listened.
Okay.
We listened. Why are you gonna nice it up for him? Let that man fall on his own.
I'm not gonna nice it up for him. This is the way that I understood what he said. This is what I understood what he said, because I totally did not hear what you just said.
Facts.
At all. I didn't take a.
That's the issue. That is the problem. That is the problem. It's how things are being communicated. That is all together.
He didn't hear you.
So we communicate on two different frequencies. What I took from that is, yes, a single woman cannot give a man looking for a relationship advice. How like that would be like you.
That's not what he said.
That's what he understood.
But
that's what I understood.
He said taking advice from a single person, not a single woman to a man. He said a single person.
Why we said communication is not the key. Comprehension.
Yeah, you comprehended that all wrong. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because he said advice from a single person. He said not advice from a single woman to a man.
Who got the PhD?
Huh?
You got the PhD?
He ain't got no PhD.
Let me explain that. So
absolutely, we only one qualified.
Absolutely, I'm the only one qualified on here with the PhD.
All right, get out of here.
Look, we got Master Sunshine up here in the corner. You know, Master.
When it comes to collegiate education,
if you don't
Sunshine is the highest of all of us.
But
I hold a doctor's position, like medical doctor.
Rob, control yourself now. Don't
control yourself. Let me explain.
So he is is the same as like I guess like a medic in the army.
Let me talk. Let me say what
I'm trying to explain to her who you are. See, comprehension is key. She's not comprehending what you're saying. So what he's saying is
her face says it all.
He would be like a medic in the army.
No, okay. I'm like, damn, everybody talking. I don't know which one to look at. Like,
okay, listen. All right, I practice medicine without a license.
Oh, that's illegal in a lot of states.
Don't tell nobody covered in the Navy.
Yeah, don't tell nobody that. I practice medicine. Just don't say that.
You know them tags that be like explain your job poorly. That's what that was.
He just did that. He did.
So check this out, y'all. Check this out.
Practice medicine
without a license.
Without a license.
So check this out, y'all. You know,
you're going to jail.
No. You don't speak that blasphemy on my brother. Don't speak that blasphemy on my brother.
He told himself.
Hold on. So I have an official DEA license. I have an official MPI license.
You the fan?
No,
really, bro.
So,
that explains a lot.
Will you shut your? I'm a marriage counselor. You know what up?
You can't prescribe narcotics without the DEA license and tracking. So I have only doctors and nurse practitioners can give out narcotics. Amen. So that's why I say I'm a practicing doctor without a medical license.
Can prescribe
the Navy is the only one that does that.
I could co-sign on that.
Yeah.
I just like to congratulate Rob on not pausing or freezing in the last 10 minutes.
Hey, knock on wood.
He's still in the game. He's still in the game. So that's
that internet getting strong, boy.
The Wi-Fi got to catch up. That's all it is. It had to catch up.
Don't move too much. You're gonna freeze up again.
I'm gonna stay still.
Your boy really normally don't have a lot to say when it comes to intimacy or relationship advice, but this is one of these subjects as far as us as a brown community, as men, we have to get over the hump, because in order to bring back the two-parent household, we have to give that intimacy to our partner. It's a must. Like Rob said, PhD said it, Sunshine said it, Nunu said it, Carrie, you said, we got to break the cycle. And if both parties put their pride aside, because at the end of the day, it's really about pride.
Ego.
I agree.
Pride. You know what I'm saying? If you put that aside, and there's not a racist bone in my body. My ex-wife is white, okay? Whatever.
That don't mean nothing.
Listen, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Listen.
You could be trying to do what they did to us for years.
That part. Thank you.
This is why black folks can't get along now.
They give us nothing.
You know what? I know. I'm gonna give us some stars. I'm gonna chill.
So I say this because what is the most feared thing in America right now?
Police.
No.
Oh, my bad.
When it comes to the brown community, what is the most feared thing? Two parents, black household. That is the most feared thing. Properly communicate and understand.
That answer, I would say all of the above. One of them.
But but what we're talking about, what we're talking about.
That is the most dangerous thing in America is the black family.
You know what I'm saying? So I say this.
So powerful.
I say this because if we can get over that hump, we'll be just like the Jewish community.
They don't like us either.
We don't want to so let's not talk about them.
We in an era by ourselves. Black people are the most forgiving race out there, but we are the ones that are excommunicated from everything. We are the worst, but we're the ones that actually, can accept anybody.
Exactly.
We accepted white people into HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord, we're not gonna go on that. Jeez.
With no judgment.
Oh yeah.
It ain't even.
We've been doing that for years.
So they get in there on that minority scholarship.
But what Brandon just said in the comments. Jesus Christ. What Brandon just said in the comments, the Jewish community helps each other. That's what I mean when I made the comment as far as the Jewish community.
Yeah, black folks don't help one another, because I cannot tell you how many times I have asked a black person for information, advice, even when it came to education, as far as like what I need to do, how I need to do to get to the level where you're at. Like, it has always turned into me looking at them like, are you serious? Like, really? No.
I can't tell you all that. I can't tell
So
you.
I gotta pay you to get to the point where you're at. Like, did you pay somebody else? No. Why you can't just tell me how you got there so I can get to where you at and we could do this together?
Cause it took me a long time to get here. And
Black folks don't like to see other Black folks get ahead. That's the thing. That's why when I learn something, I make sure I pass it on. And my only payment is that you pass it on to somebody else.
So it comes back down to
it really comes back onto your circles that you run with. So the people that you think that you know that you're cool with, they're the ones just hustling you out of it.
That's true. They the ones that will hold you down.
Yeah.
More than anybody else that don't know you.
That is true.
Instead of putting you on game, they will keep you at that level where you at and let you know bit by bit, here and there, over the years for you to get to where you at. And then once you get to their level, then they'll sit up there and be like, I don't know you no more. You didn't change.
We call that gatekeeping.
Same person no more.
So the thing about it is that what we have a problem with is educating ourselves.
That too.
Getting out there and getting the information for yourself, because you relying on that other person to give you that information. That's where sometimes things go wrong, because you can't get everything that you need to get where that person is. So you have to get out there and you have to do that research, and you have to get down to the bottom of things and find out how to get to the top. Not only to get to where that person is, but to go past them. That is the key. That is how you can actually get further, is based off of educating yourself.
It's crazy because no other community has this issue.
No, they don't.
Chinese people come over here with no visas, no nothing.
They will live 10 families in one house.
Yep.
That's the Hispanic folk too.
Yeah, they rack
come
up
over here and they walk right into a job. Next thing you know, they're CEO of their own company. They got hand fed to them, and then they take over.
I love how they be working together.
They love it. I love it, and I'm just like, I don't understand why we can't work together like that. And it's our own devices. Like, we tear each other up. It's the crab in the barrel mentality, and we've known this for years. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, because slowly but surely, more and more Black entrepreneurs are coming out. More and more people are reaching back and helping their own communities. And on top of that, being, not racially motivated. So that, like I said, back with the HBCUs are like, you know what, our community is our community. The best way for us as an HBCU, for you to understand where we're coming from, is to join and understand our cause. Once you are accepted into an HBCU, and that's the key thing, accepted. Like, you can't just join, that you want to. You have to be accepted. You have to be tried to join an HBCU. And once you're joined amongst the ranks, you completely understand the struggle that Black people have gone through that entire
history
time that what was that?
History.
Yeah, you understand the history, and you can sympathize with it, because you can't just expect other people to understand the struggle without going through it a little bit.
So let's go back to.
We got off.
Let's go back to the Black people not helping each other out. Where do you think that stemmed from?
So there are multiple. It's multifaceted. One facet of it is control. Two is that we have that crab in the bucket mentality. So let me talk about the control part. The powers that be understand how powerful we can be if we get along.
Mm-hmm.
If we can all get along, that is a detriment. That is a national security emergency. And I have evidence against that. If you go back to the Mulford Act, you guys know about the Mulford Act?
Mm-hmm.
Educate him real quick, PhD.
All right, I'm gonna educate you. So this is my forte. It's about guns. So the Mulford Act was passed in, I think it was 1964. The Black Panthers armed up and stormed Washington, D.C. Hence the Mulford Act. The Mulford Act says, in essentially, that no armed person or no weapons of individuals will be around the D.C. area.
But that just happened in January 6th, didn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Say it one more time.
So,
they must have been talking about just the black people.
So the thing is, and I forget who the president was. I think it was Truman. Truman was like, no, we're not doing it because of racism. We're doing it because we don't think that any armed militia should be in the DC area. They came this close. And, you know, the Black Panthers, they came up with shotguns, rifles, pistols, you know, and held a rally in front of the Washington Monument, armed to the teeth. And they were like, nah, we can't have this. So they passed more for that. Stop that in its tracks. The KKK did it. Nobody said anything about it. But once black people got organized and conducted a peaceful rally, they had to make a law that outlawed that. So that's one case in point of the threat of the black agenda against the black agenda. And again, like I did not.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
One main reason that black people don't help each other is taught. We're taught to hate ourselves. And it's very it's subliminal in that it's in our TV shows, it's in our music, it's in our
here we go.
And it's yeah.
Damn.
We spoke too soon on that 10-minute thing.
Your point, Rob.
It's got to catch up. You got to let it catch up. That's all it is.
You got to start typing in the comments.
I know where you're going. I know exactly where you're going with this.
You can text faster than you talking.
So what he's saying is, okay, so I saw this article and I saw a video saying that if you think about our music, our agenda that's going on in the media, our music, it's always about kill another nigga.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Pull the trigger on this op. But there is nothing in there as pop a Jew, pop the white man, or kill this person. It's all self-degrading.
Brandon got a point.
Mm-hmm. He sure does.
They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth.
Kanye West.
So now it's like
on his medication.
That was Kanye before.
This is Kanye. This is Kanye. Before.
This is college dropout Kanye.
Before he said we were aliens and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is Kanye before. This is the genius Kanye, not the dummy Kanye.
Yeah. And we'll get into Kanye more on another topic. I have some new information on that. But anyway, yes, he does have a point with that. You know, he's been talking about this from the get-go. Love their wealth, hate ourselves. That goes a long way, and it's deeply enrooted into our culture. And when other people see that, they're like, oh shoot, black people are really, really destructive. Why do they always talk about shooting each other out? I don't want to go to America. There's black people killing each other all over the place until they get here, and then they're like, wait a minute. It's not like that at all in most areas.
So, yeah, I see where you're going with it. So, we hate ourselves to where it's down to the color of our skin, to the texture of our hair. This is a whole nother subject.
Yes,
However,
it
all falls into it, but
because it that in itself is multifaceted. Mm-hmm. It isn't just our problem. It isn't just.
You're right. It's not just our problem. It's actually going on worldwide, even in other countries.
Worldwide.
Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. It happens all over the place.
All over.
Because you have people of different colors in different countries. But the thing about it is that it does play a part.
Yes. So whenever my brother jokingly brings up the light skin, dark skin facet of things, it drags a nail into my heart, because I'm like, I know you're not doing it maliciously, but there is a sub-rooted subconscious thought in your mind that's been planted to make you say something like that. And I'm like, no, we all need to get rid of that. There is no light skin, dark skin. Now, if we're jokingly doing it, hey, it's all good, because that's how we externalize.
But this is the thing, though. Society, at least when we were little, society taught us that if you were dark skinned or of a darker skin than the lighter people, then you were ugly. Mm-hmm. And so growing up, and I even went through it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, being darker than all of my friends, because in Louisiana, it's a lot of Creoles, mulattoes, whatever you want to call them. So when you go to school with these people and you're darker than them, you grow up thinking that you're not pretty because you're not light skinned, or if your hair only gets to a certain length and their hair is down to their butt and they're light skinned, it's like you grow up thinking that if I'm not a certain complexion and my hair is not a certain length, then I'm ugly. It was not until I joined the Navy that I realized that I wasn't as dark as I thought I was. I heard a dude say, "You're like a caramel complexion." I was like, "What are you looking at?" And it wasn't until like recently, I'm like, I'm really not that dark. You know what I'm saying? And I started loving my complexion because it turned into the whole melanin is in and whatever. But growing up, dark skin was not
that is a true thing.
Dark skinned people were not the thing. And natural hair, if your hair was not permed, you look like a jigaboo. What are you doing? Like, you
I didn't understand that.
The same thing she went through. I went through the same thing. I was told I was ugly.
Yes. Oh, your nose is big. You got a big nose, big lips.
Yeah. And until I joined the Army, and there were guys that was interested in me. I was like, what they want?
Only African out here.
The hell they want? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, I mean,
Brandon, we can all agree on that. We can all agree on that.
Oh, I'm gonna say it like this, and it was a quote from Friday Night Lights. God made me black. If you don't like it, kiss my dog.
See, even growing up though, we didn't have that though. Growing up, it's like you were treated a little bit different if you were a little bit on the darker side.
You gotta understand.
So growing up as a child, you that does something to you as a child. You grow up with a
they said you got to put your tinfoil hat on every now and then, because
as a kid you can't do that.
Yeah, you don't know what that is.
As a kid.
Yeah. Now think about it. The darker you are, the more fearful that person is. He's super dark, so that means he's dangerous. The lighter complex you are, the less threat you are to society. So you know what I'm saying?
Y'all remember the doll test? Y'all remember the doll test that they did? They publicized it. They had kids ask who's uglier, and it was the darker doll. Who's prettier? It was the white doll. Who's smarter? The lighter doll. Who's dumber? The darker doll. It's crazy that kids 4, 5, 6 years old know this already. Like, they already experienced
because it's taught.
Yes,
because it's taught
in the house.
So, and that's the crazy part. Who at 4, 5, and 6 is teaching these children that lighter skin is better than darker skin?
It may not be intentional, but it is being taught.
The thing is that it's not being taught intentional. It's subliminal, and kids are more susceptible to subliminal messaging than any other age that you're at. So those kids, when they're watching Teen Titans, when they're watching SpongeBob, when they're watching whatever, and they're taking note to lighter skinned characters and versus colored characters. Perfect example. I brought up SpongeBob. SpongeBob is yellow colored. Who's the bad guy in that? It's a green guy. He's got color. Mr. Krabs, he's red.
What? Is he the bad guy?
You tinfoil stuff, right?
Oh shit! Let me take my tinfoil hat off.
Tinfoil stuff.
Did I just hear him say the S word? I thought I just heard him say the S word.
Hold on. I have honesty and I have honor and integrity. I don't think I said.
So what you saying? I don't got no honor and integrity?
That's what it sounds like. See, the light-skinned man telling the dark-skinned people what he didn't do. You see what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is this.
And no, SpongeBob is not a good cartoon because one episode, SpongeBob went back to school and got his GED. SpongeBob was a high school dropout.
And he was talking about flatulence.
So anyway, I did say the S word, sunshine. So Mark.
Okay, thank you for being honest. Finally, white man. That's what I was. Appreciate it.
I was alluding to that. So
yeah, I need you to allude a little bit quicker because I know I heard you say it.
You have a question, no?
Not really a question. I just want to address what Brandon said. He talking about dark skin will roast your behind.
You darn skippy. You darn skippy.
I got roasted from K through 8th. It left I had a complex about my complexion. I ended up going to private school in 9th grade because I was about to fight and get kicked out because I was tired of getting picked on because I was so dark. So no. I didn't roast nobody. I was bullied like a mug from K through 8. Bullied.
What happened
like
when you got to private
the
school,
level
though?
that these kids commit suicide on right now is the level I got bullied on, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
Dear God, I'm here.
I may be black, I may be ugly, but I'm here.
Damn it, I'm here. Oh wow!
Yeah, I ended up going to private school.
I'm gonna say
white school,
Rob,
and then I ended up going to North Carolina A&T in college. So
say it again. I'm gonna say this for Rob because we're going to a little overtime. We're a little bit over our normal time schedule. Y'all.
HR authorized it. It's okay.
I just said it. The original HR just said it.
See how black folks get whenever they not in that position no more. You see how they get? When I had that job, this is how it would have been.
But you ain't got it for.
You gotta understand. Hey,
nothing nice.
Look, you gotta understand. People, to all the viewers out there, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Understand this. Love each other. Respect each other.
Love yourself. Love one another.
And expressive intimacy.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm not saying do what DJ Chef say. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you don't love and respect yourself, you need to do some soul searching. Because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself.
That's where you gotta start.
So it goes without saying. Let me wrap what Chef is trying to say.
We love you too, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Chef is trying to say, get therapy, love yourself.
Yes, because black people, it's nothing wrong with going to a therapist.
That's right. Yes, nothing wrong with
it. Got my appointment tomorrow.
They got the phone now. You could be in the crib.
Or several of them. It's okay.
If the late Kevin Samuels would be here right now, that's one of his main teaching points. Get therapy before you even mess with anybody else. It goes a long way because it'll bring up that past trauma that you had, whether you grew up with a single mother, single father, single household. Once you understand and get to the root of the cause of the issues that you have, and you may have with other people, because I know a lot of black people that are very intelligent, that have great work ethic, but they can't solve a solution by themselves without being confrontational. It's like there's no reason for you to be confrontational whatsoever. You need to work the issue out and then come to a solution and then execute. They lack that basic thing, but it's because of their upbringing. It's not because of colorism, because what they've been taught from an early age is like, hey, you're going to be hated on regardless based off the color of your skin. Yes, that's true, but that can be used as a weapon for you. It's never been turned to weapon nowadays.
And the piggyback.
What you just said, it probably it sounded like it was gonna be fire, but yeah.
What I was finna say,
it wasn't.
It was about to. I was about to deliver something great, but anyway, on that bombshell, it's gonna end it right here. Okay, I'd like to say to all of our listeners out there. I know I'm breaking up everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff. Y'all know this. Y'all know this.
Brandon, like he knows me because I'm just breaking everything down because I sit and look. He told
okay.
And join. Hey, by the way,
you gotta do better, buddy.
Hey, everybody, send your likes, send your hearts, send your whatever emojis you have in the comments. You know, that helps us out. That helps us get more people into the chat, more people into the live. Helps us out a lot.
Well, I'm gonna say this. It's probably guys. I've been Big Rob, your host. Who else we got in the building? While the connection is good.
Yo, it's your girl Sunshine. I want to take some time to thank my special guest, my barista, who always coming through at the last minute, Miss Dark Chocolate.
Get it right.
Chocolate Thunder number one.
Darn it, say it right.
Chocolate Thunder number one, Nunu, and also my twin, my girl, Miss Clara, and her JDC company. Check her out.
All right, everybody. That is the Instagram handle for my company. We sell home fragrances. So go ahead and check that out.
Hey, y'all got the black folks baby oil, you know what I'm saying? The intimate oil, you know what I'm saying?
You're going too far.
Oh, no, we ain't got that. No. You went too far. We don't have that.
Okay.
Not yet.
Coming soon.
I was curious, actually.
He's like, no, never.
We're not going that far.
Kai, you gonna do your outro, please?
Mr. Got bars.
No, it was me, KG, aka Dr. Graves, no PhD. That's what I meant. I'm Dr. Graves, no PhD.
He ain't right. That's what he mean.
That's what I mean. No PhD. But everybody calls me PhD because I'm a doctor. But yes. And my new moniker, thanks to Brandon, Professor X. I love it. I like it. But you know who we are.
What's in that cup?
Bar.
Factual information. Makes it still good.
Nunu?
No, we already did Nunu. Chef, it's your turn.
Oh. I didn't hear it.
I didn't say nothing. That was Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Rob.
Sunshine said it for her. Okay, I'm trying to
I was thanking her. I didn't say it for her. I was just thanking her for coming on.
Go ahead, Chocolate Thunder number one. Do your thug this.
Okay, well, this is Nunu, aka Brista, aka Uncle Nunu, aka Chocolate Thunder number one.
T.
Holding it down.
Unticle over there.
Here, ladies and gentlemen, I know who it is. Diabolical man himself. It's your boy DJ Chef. Hey, hug that loved one, give him a high five, let him know that you care. And on that note, we out like chicken grease.
Okay. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you next time.